Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa and well, as you can see by the title today, I want to take you guys on a little mini adventure looking at different property in Mexico. And I grew up in LA my whole life. Like I've been living in LA for like 19 years, and recently I've been living in Mexico, and it's something that I really like. Like I really enjoy living in Mexico, and more because my boyfriend, like, he works here. And right now we're gonna go look at property, and we just want to build a house from ground up so we could have our own place, our own house, something to call ours. And he knows more about this. I'm just like here like helping him, and we're just gonna try to look at different property, and that's why I'm bringing him, because I don't really like know anything.
So today we're in Guadalajara, Jalisco. When you buy land here, it's actually not that cheap as I thought it was.
No.
We're trying to have a house in the city, and not like in the center of the city, but more to the side. And it's still pretty expensive to buy land here, but we're trying to see different. We want to
have options.
Yeah, we went to some properties yesterday. It was a bit far from the city. It was like 30 minutes. I grew up here in Mexico. She grew up in LA. I grew up here in Mexico, but I grew up in a town. I went to look at land in a town. Town is way more cheap.
It's cheaper than a city.
For example, let's say if I was to buy property in my town, I can buy the property and build the house with the same price that I can buy just the land here. And it's a big difference, but at the end of the day, it's good because I'm trying to see maybe in the future where I want my kids to grow up. Maybe they'll have bigger opportunities here in Guadalajara, where
like in a city where there's more schools.
All that, and not only that, but 10 years from now, the properties are gonna be like twice expensive here. And in my town, the price might not go up as much because more people try to go to towns, and you know.
How much is the square feet?
I don't know if it's by square feet. I know by square meters, but I think I'm looking at a property right now that is 6,000 square feet, which is a big property, and that's in meters is 1,000 square meters. I'm gonna give you as an example. 1,000 square meters here in Guadalajara will cost you anywhere from 12 million pesos to 20 million pesos, and in my town you get that for only like 3 million pesos. So
yeah,
it's a big difference.
Big difference.
So she'll be vlogging all that right now. We're gonna go look at some property.
And yesterday we went to look at a property, right? We went to look at a property that was like up in right here. It's called El Cielo, but it's like the sky, which is like a really high mountain. It reminded me of like the Hollywood Hills, and it was pretty nice. Like it had a really big golf course, and it kind of felt like some place where you could just like relax and retire. And there was like a lot of older people, and all those houses were owned by people over there in the US too. Like people want to buy their house. A lot of people that retire get properties here too in Mexico, because when you retire, think about it, the government is gonna give you a few $1,000s every month, and in the US you can't do much with that money. And here in Mexico, you could do a lot
of things with that money. So a lot of people look at that to like a retirement plan, which that's pretty cool. Something I will do probably eventually too. Eventually, if I retire, want to make sure that my dollars are worth more where I live. So yeah, that's the plan.
So let's start our adventure. Well, right now I'm waiting for my boyfriend. Right now he's talking to the agent lady, and I'm just waiting inside the car, ready to go see the place. But the thing is about Mexico is that at first I never went to Mexico. Like I've always been in LA, and I've always been like over there like in California, and I never went to Mexico until like 2 years ago. It's very different than how people think it is. Like people, when they think Mexico, they think like, oh, like there's only like poor people, like there's not a lot of cool things. But in reality, like Mexico is a place where you just fall in love, because there's just so much to do. Like the people are very nice, like are like very welcoming to you, and I just feel like it's a nice place to like live. And I love California, but I love Mexico too. And I don't know, I just feel like right here I could do more, and it's cheaper, but like to build a house is not as cheap as you would think, because like it's still a good amount of money. Like let's say if I want to buy a place, like a land, but in Guadalajara, to buy like a good land, it would be up to like $400,000, $800,000, or $300,000 just to buy the whole land for you. And then you could just build a house, and to build a house from like ground up, it would be like maybe like $200,000, $100,000 depending on the house you want. Now I'm talking about a big house. Like that's a big house, but if you want to buy a small house and just have a small house here, you could buy a small house for like $300,000, $400,000, but we want like a big house. I don't know. I just feel like if we have a big house, we could build it how we want and add extra things. And when we have kids one day, like they'll have their room. I don't know. I think about the future. So me and him are crazy because we always think about the future, and then we think about it. Okay, what if in the future we want a house and we want to sell it? We would be able to sell it here in Guadalajara instead of selling it in his pueblo, because in his pueblo, well, a lot of people don't have that much money, but in the city there's a lot of people that work and have more money, so it's just something to think about. But we just been looking like for weeks, and I feel like if you want to buy land here, you want to get a house, you could build your house, get a land, and not a lot of money like over there in California to buy a house, but it'll be a good amount. And if you want a small house, I feel like you should build it, make it how you want it. So I feel like it's good to have your own place, and if you live over there and you want to just have a vacation home when you come, like you could just do it, and it'll be nice to have your own home. And I don't know, just talking because I'm waiting. Well, this is the entrance, and to start off, we have to finish this coffee to have more energy. And every time you come to a private type of place, you have to talk to the guy in charge, and he's gonna let you inside. And if you don't know like the place you're going, the name of the resident, they're not gonna let you in. And so this is the view of the little community, El Coto. Well, we are still looking for terrenos, and honestly, I fell in love with these terrenos, but they're hella expensive. And you would think like, oh yeah, it's Guadalajara, it's Mexico, it's super cheap, but it's like the opposite. It's super expensive still. This terrenos right here, it's only like right here, you can see. This one is 12 million pesos, which is like $600,000. And then I saw one that I fell in love with. Like I fell in love with one because you could see like the back of the forest, and in the front you could see like the city views. And that one is $700,000, and it's something that I really loved. And I'll show you guys right now like the clip of the land, the property I really like. And this is the one I want, but it's expensive, so we're gonna see if there's other options that we could figure right now, and just keep looking for like the best one, because if you're gonna invest all your money into something, you have to invest it correctly, and it's something that's worth it. Well, hello guys, I am back. And yes, well, yesterday I showed you guys around like the different properties here in Guadalajara, and well, we didn't decide in any of them because there was so many good options that in the end we couldn't decide. But we figured that we are gonna think about it and see which one in the end we end up choosing. But we actually like the Coto, which is like the private gated house area, and
it was really good. I liked it, and
we loved it.
We have different options. We were undecided. There was 11 million pesos, which that's around $500,000. It's a little expensive, especially because of the area. And there was another one. There was 14 million. That's like 700,000 pesos dollars. That's a lot of money, yeah.
But we actually like really like the area. We just have to think about.
We gotta think about it. We also thinking about in the future, because we know that if we buy it right now, and maybe more. Like in 10 years from now, it will be worth like $1 million. That area, because other parts in Guadalajara are worth that much, especially for that big piece of land.
If you are thinking about buying property, I feel like you should, because property is always gonna go up. It's just gonna go up and up. It's not like a car. When you buy a car, well, after you already buy it, it just goes down, and it keeps going down every year, but property keeps going up every year.
Yeah, so, and if you have money in your bank, if you have a lot of money in your bank, the money in years from now, you won't be able to buy the same things because it loses value in the bank. It's better to buy land or invest in something. So that's what we're trying to do. So yeah, it's about to be New Year's right now.
So we are in a pueblo, Mazamitla.
We drove like a few hours to this pueblo. It's really packed, and we'll see how it is. We might vlog this, so stay tuned for more vlogs.
And we just wanted to share with you guys some of our some knowledge about property, and I think it's interesting. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna do videos.
But don't
for you
think
guys.
that all the land are that expensive. We're really trying to buy a land where
And a really good area,
Yeah.
and a really big space, so it could make a really big house.
yeah, but you can buy land for cheaper, especially if you look like outside the cities or
Yeah, like less than
or
100
smaller places, which you can still make a pretty big house. But we're trying to go big with the land and the place.
We're gonna end this video right here, and I hope you liked it. And if you want to watch more videos, subscribe, leave your comment, and come back with more videos. But right now it's New Year's. Well, it's gonna be New Year's tomorrow.
By the time
and-
you guys watch this, it'll
It's
probably
already-
be the New Year 2021.
But if you like the adventure, keep watching, and we'll show you guys more of everything living in Mexico, how it is, what's it like, how's the area, the different types of cities around. We'll
And
show you
hopefully
guys
they'll
everything.
see we buy the land and we build a house. So
It's exciting.
stay tuned for that.
But leave your like, and well, goodbye.